You tell me that I will sit down. You will not give me biscuits that you have looked at and do pium.
Too much.
I will collect this biscuit. I will put it in my mouth, and that means that in the night you will not do biscuits. I will not arrive and start flying with you. When I was eating that biscuit because I wanted to eat,
filled you up so you could fly properly.
you understand? My reason for regular human beings, we have a way of like observing the universe, right? We look around us and we have questions. So that's really what this podcast is about. We want to dive into the world around us and observe the universe and talk about things that, maybe has bothered us. Today, I'm not doing this by myself. I have someone who's a friend, a brother, someone who disturbs my life.
Aww.
What is on? But it's good to have you here, Symon with
The why.
The why.
One and only, my brother.
How many times have people asked you why you go by Symon with the why?
A lot of times, but I'm not your regular kind of guy.
And that's why?
That's why.
Okay. All right, today we're going to dive into the world of dreams. I'm sure that you're someone who dreams as well, right? If you're, let me be sure you're a human being, right? You dream.
Come on, don't do that. Yeah, of course I do.
You dream. So I do have to ask you, what would you say is the craziest dream that you've had your entire life? Something that, when you had the dream yourself, you were like, oh my God, this is...
I've had plenty crazy dreams, Shao. I think it's having sex in a dream. Oh yeah, I've had sex in my dream. Yeah.
So technically you're a father in the dream world with like a thousand children.
I didn't tell you that the lady got pregnant.
How would you know?
But inshallah, I came inside of her.
Hey! Oh my goodness.
But yeah, actually, I've had sex in my dream. Not once, not twice.
Not once, not twice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you enjoyed it, but I don't know if that's...
Mama, sex. I shouldn't enjoy sex. You shouldn't mind me. Well, yeah, it was good. It felt like, it felt like real. Life. Yeah, I woke up, I was really hard. I was actually very angry why it was not happening for real though.
But were you worried? Were you concerned after that?
So when I was way younger, I was worried. So there's something they used to call wet dreams that time.
Yeah.
And they made us believe that if you have sex in the dream, you now have a spiritual wife or you're being attached to someone in the spiritual realm, all of those plain things.
Yeah.
But when I grew up, I was like, Baba, something one that they get for real life, what they get for shadow, but does enjoy them. You felt like it's nothing. You felt like it's just a normal thing that happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
So in this moment, you don't think that having sex in a dream has any implication whatsoever?
No.
No.
No. No.
Interesting.
That no is not strong, but no. But no.
I looked at you when you were saying that.
They know the shake.
Okay, but I'm sure you've heard people talk about this before.
Oh yes.
Talk about the fact that having sex in the dream means you probably have a spiritual.
Or you will never if you get married to any lady, you are going to have issues in your marriage because your spiritual wife is going to come and scatter that marriage. All those play.
So you don't believe that we have spiritual wives in this world?
If not so, Baba, for the father plenty spiritual children. But nah,
You don't think it's a real thing?
Nah. As much as I might want to think is real, but I need to have proof. Show me someone that has had sex in his dream or in her own dream, and then there's one spiritual husband somewhere.
Interesting.
And then maybe I'll believe you. But otherwise, Baba, the wife it's no good.
Okay, I do have a bunch of statements that people have made.
Oh yeah,
right?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is, for every statement that I read out, we're going to say whether or not we think it's true or false, and we're going to talk about why we think it's true or false. Now, the first statement here is dreams can show things that might happen in the future. Do you think that is true or false?
It's in between.
In between.
It's in between. So it can be true. So you know what Christians do? Christians have this belief that sometimes their dreams are like something that's about to happen.
Like
something like that, So it might just be true. Because there are times where you get to see something in your dream and then you see it happen in real life.
Has it happened to you before?
Yeah, but I cannot really place my hand on any right now, but yes, it has happened before. I can tell you that for free, yes, it has happened before.
But then in church, you also hear those testimonies, I dreamt, and then a few days
I
later,
carry one for my left. I carry one for my right.
It is so you're indifferent about it. You're not.
I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's true. I wouldn't say it's false. I would just say I'm in between. I'm just like you said, indifferent. Yeah.
Okay, well,
but I think it works for some people. Funny enough, it works for some people.
It would be surprising when people hear me talk about dreams, because they know me to be someone who is not very. I don't agree with a lot of spiritual ideas that people have, right? I feel like people oftentimes would refer to just about anything as spiritual. To a point, I'm like, come on, that's not. But when it comes to dreams, I personally feel like dreams can definitely be a tool. I don't know who gives this sort of revelation, this vision, but somehow.
But Joseph dreamt in the Bible.
Yeah, that's it.
But did it happen in real life?
I'm not trying to come from a biblical point of view. I'm talking about like.
What if that's where people are looking at this thing from? Think about it.
How do you mean?
So you know that when is it Joseph the dreamer?
Yeah.
He dreamt that this and this and that happened, and it did happen. What if that's what people are actually holding on to up until now?
So while that can be true, the reason why someone like me, who is not very religious, right, who doesn't really hold on to, things that happen in the Bible.
Oh, right? You should, but yeah, go ahead. Topic for another day.
Indeed. So while I'm not really in on that, right? I do believe that dreams you can actually foresee the future. And this is because it happens to me personally. And I guess if I haven't had those experiences, I wouldn't, think that way about dreams. So that's why if you ask me, I would say yes.
So what about this thing they call deja vu?
I mean, when people talk about deja vu, it's usually about things that you might have seen before.
How did you see them?
So, for example, we forget things, right? So, just the way you think you've seen someone on TV before, you've seen a movie before. You'd be like, I don't watch this film.
Of course I know, but I'm just saying.
So that thing right there is a deja vu. When it plays out like exactly the way you've seen it before, whether it's you watching a movie or you experiencing something, because our life, this life that we live, we rinse and repeat what we do. So you go to work Mondays to Fridays, don't you?
Of course I do.
So that means that your life has a pattern.
Yeah, right? In a way.
In a way, right? You wake up in the morning, maybe you do some exercise, maybe you get breakfast at 9.
Yeah, some exercise,
12.
Yeah.
But yeah, breakfast at this time.
Yeah.
So it's very easy, in my opinion, for us to sort of mix things up at some point in time because we're doing all these things over and over again with slight variations here and there. But once in a while, we might just have that moment of, oh, I think this has happened before.
Yeah, I've seen this somewhere before.
Yeah, and I don't think that is necessarily like a...
So what you're saying is, for you believe that dreams can actually, whatever happens to you in the future and you saw in your dream is like something can happen. That's what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that dreams can be that. Yeah, really? There's some dreams that are basic, that don't mean anything. But there are some dreams that truly can do this magic. So I'm going to dive into the next thing here. This next one says, how you feel in a dream can affect how you feel and act when you wake up.
Oh, well.
As someone,
I can agree. I can agree with that.
As someone who got hard when you woke up from the dream.
There was a time I had a dream where I had a conversation with someone in that dream and I cried profusely and I woke up crying. And throughout that night, I was crying.
Oh my.
It messed with my mood the entire day. The next day, I kept thinking about it. I even cried again the next day because of one dream. Yeah. Wow. So sometimes I would agree with this one. 105 of 100. I'd agree with this one.
So I think I'll join you on this. I do agree with this because I remember...
Wow, that's new. Okay, but go ahead. I didn't think you would agree, but okay.
I lost a friend one time.
Yeah.
One of the scariest things that ever happened to me was about 6 months down the line. I had a dream, and in this dream, this friend we were just having a good time. We're talking, we're vibing.
Yeah.
And I really did miss my friend. So in the dream, I was like all over him, like we're catching fun, we're catching up. And then in the dream, he just...
Were you thinking about this guy before you went to bed?
No, because it's 6 months after he died. I would say I've forgotten about him entirely, but I'm not thinking about him anymore, you know. So I'm surprised that.
But you know, people actually say that dreams are sometimes the last thing you think about or the last thing you were talking about.
Absolutely. I agree with that. But like I said, I didn't think about him in that time, in that moment. That's why it was a surprise to me.
What if
Like
you were, but you didn't just pay attention?
How will I not know what I was thinking about? The morning after, I remembered what my previous days were like. And I know that in the course of like a week, I don't even forget saying.
So what did you guys talk about in the dream?
It was a bunch of things, like we're basically catching up and just vibing like we would in real time.
So did you believe that he was trying to send a message to you? Or he was trying to reach out to you for closure and all of those?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but people believe in that thing, actually.
Yes, and I think that's one of the things that we're going to talk about here. But the interesting thing was the fact that at some point in the dream, it occurred to me, yo, this dude is dead.
He's dead.
What are you doing, Kelvin? So,
hey, goosebumps. Hey, and my own friend could not do this to me. When my friend died, my mom didn't even show up.
I don't know what to say, man.
No, he did actually.
Oh.
He did once. Yeah, he did. He did once. I should have told my babe that year, because my babe that year was actually his sister.
Oh,
yeah. So you see,
wow.
Baba, respect yourself.
Wow.
Respect yourself.
So I guess I have to hide my sister at this point.
No. Come on. Don't do that.
Sister snatcher.
Baba touche. Don't do that, guy. Don't do that.
But yeah, so I realized that I was vibing with someone that was not with us, you know. And I thought to myself, you know what, let me ask him.
Where are you?
So I asked him the question. I was like, yo, bro, but like you're dead, right? What's going on? I literally asked him, and he said no.
What he said.
He said he's not dead.
Baba, you know.
I swear to God, he was like, oh no, I'm not dead. Oh, it's me now. I'm here now. What do you mean? And I'm like, no, you're dead. We're arguing. And then I told him, okay, so to prove to me, and this is me in real life, you know me, I like to have proof. You know? Hey. So I go ahead and I tell him, okay.
But you know wrong.
Bro, you need to see me when I woke up from this dream. Because I told him, I was like, okay, to prove to me that you are real, go ahead and touch me here.
And he touched you.
That touch where this guy carry hands can't do me like this
was cold.
It was a terrible, terrible resounding slap that woke me up in real life. He just came to do this, you know, just reach out and touch me. The Organa, I wake up with slap for hand. Tell you why.
I don't understand. Who slapped you in real life?
Nobody. There was nobody, but I felt
a slap.
When he came to touch me, it was a resounding slap on my wrist.
Wait. Wait. He only touched you in the dream.
In the dream, yes.
But in real life,
in that moment, yes, in that touch woke me up. And the wake where they wake up soon now, it's a slap where they feel for my hand. That was probably the scariest.
You don't go provoke ghosts. You don't go provoke ghosts. This guy, you don't go provoke ghosts.
I know, I argue a lot. Now, there I was arguing with a ghost. But yeah, that is one of the reasons why I do believe that the way you feel in a dream can,
yes, it can
in fact,
actually,
you know, affect the way that you feel in real life. So that was quite wild.
Haven't you had this experience where you feel like you're falling off a cliff, and then in real life, Baba, you didn't fall for where you know Sabi?
Bro, so I don't know. This usually happens to us when we're almost asleep or something. You're sleeping. That one they do you.
Normally now. A
lot. Human beings. Our body is so weird.
A lot. We need to ask God, Baba, how you can run this thing.
Okay, so here's another one. This one is doing things like flying or running in a dream shows how you feel inside. What do you mean shows how I feel inside? I don't understand. I don't know why someone would say this, but also, let's skip that.
Please. Next.
So this next one is seeing things like water or fire or other specific images could mean something specific in your life.
We hear this a lot. Where they'll say if you see a snake in your dream, it means this. If we see a dog or a dog is chasing you in your dream, it means your enemies are trying to catch you. Or if you Baba, they're just animals, Baba. I think it's the Christian in me that is speaking now, but I don't really believe in those things, Baba. If I just see a snake in my dream, it's a snake, I eat snake.
You eat snake?
I don't chop my before now. Baba, that meat is wonderful. Baba, you look fresh.
But we'll not eat from the same plate, though.
Baba,
I really chop snake.
Guy, you need to. Well, moving forward. But so You know, snake is a very dreaded animal.
Yeah.
This is, so I think that people just worry too much about these things. It's because it's snake. So they feel like, oh, snake in my dream. Oh, the snake, oh, my life is about to end. Oh, a snake, they're about to kill me. I don't see that. I just see it as an animal. I'm sorry. I know you're surprised I'm saying this, but
I am surprised actually.
it's the truth, my G. I see it. Except you tell me that I'm fighting in my dream or a snake beat me in my dream.
You'll be worried about that.
Maybe I might be worried. Like, why snake will bite me from my dream? Why would they fight for my dream? And I can't fight, they can't beat me for the dream. All those kind now those kind of things that go worry. I'll be worried about things like that. But I cannot just see a normal random animal from anywhere and I'll be worried. I say, oh, I just saw a snake. Where was the snake? In the bush.
Okay, what about activities? Because I know people talk about certain activities. For example, I heard that if you're a lady and you are picking snails in the dream,
you're going to be slow. Or you're going to get slow in life?
No, funny thing is you're going to get pregnant. It's just children.
How does snail and pregnancy connect?
I have no idea.
The only thing I've heard about snail is that you're going to be slow because snails are very slow.
So if you pick snail, you'll be slow.
Or anything concerning snail means your life is going to be slow or kini, something about being slow, whatever. So you understand now, Abi? Snail will be very nice meat.
So my point is, you don't think any of those things have any correlation with reality, right? Like, there is no, if you see this particular thing or, you're doing this particular thing, it means that ABC might be going on in your life. You don't think that it's a sign or something?
Guy, I don't really believe that. Like I said, I think the only thing I can even just hold on to is the fact that maybe if I get bitten by a snake or a dog.
So that means you do believe that, seeing certain things could...
Seeing it is one thing. For that thing to harm you is another thing.
Okay, so it depends on what the thing is.
I can see you in my dream as a person. And I'll be like, oh, I saw Kevin in my dream. But I cannot see you in my dream stabbing me. And I'll be like, Kevin stabbed me in my dream.
I did not stab you.
No, you know that now those are two different things. I can see you in my dream. I'll be like, oh, I saw Kevin in my dream. Oh, wait till they do nothing. I just see how yours they pass. Or just gist. But you stabbing me in my dream, it can mean that this guy, if he hates me, this guy, if he won't kill me. So I can just see a dog. Nothing. But if the dog now attacks me, then I should be worried. So that's why seeing it is one thing, but for it to harm you is another thing.
Okay.
So
that is interesting. Personally, I feel like if you see certain things in a dream, it could mean something actually.
Like what?
So I used to have this, oh my God. There was a point in time in my life, right, where I used to always drive in a dream. And even though I was like, I was a kid.
Oh my God.
Right, I was like 12, 13 when I would have these dreams. And it wasn't one time. I had it once, I had it twice, I had it like 4 times, like at different times too. But I'll be driving. Sometimes it's a keke I'm driving. Sometimes it's a bus I'm driving. Sometimes it's a regular car I'm driving. But I'll be driving and everything seems fine. And next thing you know is I'm realizing this car is going really fast and I can't control it. And I'm trying so hard and I can't control it. I'm going, and it gets to a point where I crash. Or while I'm struggling with that, I wake up. So I had a dream once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And eventually I was like, this has to mean something. I was probably like 15 at the time. Good thing, phones were, I'm not that old. Phones were a thing. So I went on to Google and I started to search, what could this mean?
Google will tell you anything and everything. Not everything.
You think now wild animal, they go right for Google? It's human beings now.
Well, it's just like you waking up one morning to write this thing you're saying now.
Yes.
Does it mean that Does it mean it's the truth? She would not meet. But does it mean that that's the truth, Joe?
No, but at least it tells you what other people are going through, right? So if I talk about my experience, which might be a truth.
Okay. So now, so when that happened to you, did it ever happen to you in real life, Joe?
Not in that sort of way. So you have to understand that when dreams come across in this sort of way, they're not necessarily telling you, it doesn't always come in a direct way. It's like, it has a significance, if you know what I mean. So what I saw on Google when I searched, I thought about my life. I looked at my life, I looked at what I saw, and I could see how it made sense. What it said was that if you're someone who that is happening to you in a dream, it means that you're not in control of your life. you're, you're the kind of person who would easily bend to certain things. You're, you know what I mean? Like you're not. Why, why is he looking at me like
But
that?
people who have different meaning to things. The fact that you think, okay, kind of connect with your life at the time, what if that's not actually what it is? No, I want to understand you. No, for real, tell me.
I don't know, man, but it just made sense at the time.
I'll disagree with you on that one. No
I
vex.
know, but it just made sense.
No. But now it's supposed on crash now.
Yeah. So I think the last thing that we would dive into is this one. So this is a statement someone is making. They're saying, dreaming about someone who has died could mean they're trying to tell you something.
Oh my
Do you agree with that or not?
Your friend that you saw, did he tell you anything?
I don't think.
Not being slappy, you wake up.
No, I don't think he had a message for me, right? But I want to know what do you think?
I don't really believe that. So people actually have different stories to tell. There are some people that have, according to them, they've had this experience before, that they lost a loved one and the person came to their dream to tell them whatever. I will not say that is a lie. I've not had that experience before, so I cannot even tell that I believe it. Because when I lost my sister, my mother she waited patiently for that time for my sister to come to her dream or appear somewhere and talk to her and tell her something. In fact, we were all waiting.
Did it happen?
Nothing till today. How many years now? 12 years down the line. We've not heard
even like brazen.
Nothing. So I think our mind was just playing. You feel like, there's somebody around, or there's somebody around the house or something. When my sister died, we didn't stay in the house. Me and my brother, we didn't stay in the house for like 2 to 3 weeks, almost 1 month, because we were scared. We felt she was no. So people have different stories and experiences.
So I think this is a good angle. Don't you feel in this moment now, though, that when people depart, that they sort of hang around.
They don't die. They are dead. Their bodies in the ground. Their spirit or their soul is somewhere going to face judgment. That's what the Bible said. If we have to go with that. People say that people's spirit that are still roaming are the ones that are restless, or their family members had to go and do 1 or 2 things so they can go and avenge their death. I don't believe my mother. When my sister died, my mother put things inside her casket and said, "Go and fight the people that killed you." It's nothing. My mom's twin sister came later to tell us that, the person that they suspected killed my sister appeared to her in her dream, apologizing, this and that, and yada, yada, yada. Bruh, that lady's still alive. She's still alive.
Wow.
They did the burial. My mother came and said, "Oh, do this. No, you avenge your dead." My mother put rosary, put this. Go, do this. We see these things happen. The boy that got killed or something that we heard on social media from Darwin College and everything.
Yeah.
People said that the mother said the same thing. And now what are we hearing? The woman is late. Sad story.
Really sad.
So are you going to tell me now that the boy in turn came back to kill his mother? No. If you are people that are dead. Most times, why we feel like we see them is because we think about them too much. We think about these people too much. So they end up now, we see them like images in our dream, trying to do this and do that. Not because they are saying anything, actually.
It's so interesting that you pointed this out, because I remember the scariest moment in my life was back in secondary school when we lost a classmate.
Yeah.
And oh my God, when I think about this, it makes me. It was a boarding school, first of all, and it was so random because I saw this dude in class. We were all in class together. We were done with class. We went to the hostel. Some of us were showering, having lunch, and we were done with that. And now we're back to class for what we call extramural lesson, something of the sort. We're in class, and next thing you know, the big boys in our class ran into the classroom with tears in their eyes during economics class. And that our economics teacher, hey, she woman is something else. But anyway, they ran inside. Auntie, he's dead. He's dead. They were crying. I'm like, who's dead? When they mentioned who was dead, I was like, it cannot be, because I saw this dude a couple of minutes ago. Like, what do you mean he's dead? So we all went to the clinic. We saw that they were putting him in an ambulance, trying to get him out of the school. I remember we prayed. Now the thing is, 3 days, 4 days later, he was confirmed dead. His mother came to the school to address us during like a gathering we usually have. Now the funny thing, not funny, I say, but when she was addressing us, she told us about the fact that she was worried at first, but he appeared to her in a dream,
Oh my God.
saying, "Oh, he's in a very good place right now. She shouldn't cry."
A teacher.
Who?
Who said this?
No, the mother of the boy.
Oh.
She came to the school to talk to us. So I know you prayed for my son and all that. I was worried too, but I saw him in a dream. He appeared to me. He told me he's he's in heaven. And it's so interesting because every single time someone appears to people, they always tell them they're in heaven. Nobody from hell ever appears to say, "Yo,
I'm burning
in hell.
I'm
This
suffering.
is me. Can you send help?" Nobody does that. And that's why I don't believe it.
I can't actually argue with somebody like that. She's still grieving. So she, at that point in time, see, if my mother had said the same thing to us, we would have believed. Because when my sister died, my mother cried for 2 weeks non-stop. So if she had said something like that, when I lost my best friend, if his sister had said something like this, or his mother, I would have believed. Because they were grieving, they were close to this person. They were broken. So it's normal for them to feel that way. Like, oh, I saw him. What if it's not the one you saw?
Right.
What if it's just your imagination playing something? Some people say it's malaria. So, but what if it's just the grief that's just worrying you? It's not that. But you believe that dreams sometimes are things that we think about and all.
Absolutely, yeah.
What if it's just what is playing there?
True. So what would you say to people generally? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's more of an African thing, Nigerian thing. So what would you say to us Africans, Nigerians, who believe in most of these things that concerns dreams? What would you say to them generally? Like,
so what I'm going to say here is, as much as I believe some dreams are true, you shouldn't believe everything. If you think you need to find answers, look for your pastor or look for a soothsayer, somebody that you can ask, or dream interpreters, something, ask them to interpret these dreams. And also have an open mind, because most times, not everything is true. They'll tell you what they want to tell you. People will tell you anything and everything they want to tell you, just so that you can be okay. So please just have an open mind, Jerry. Not be everything be true, honestly.
Personally, I would say that Nigerians, Africans, we need to get rid of this superstitious mindset that we have. First of all, that certain things like eating in the dream means you're being initiated. Were you told that as well?
Bruh, you know how many courts I've done, Joel?
So personally, I don't understand why people would think that just because you're eating in the dream,
sumptuous meal.
So here's the crazy part about that for me. You mean to tell me that in order to join your occult group or whatever it is, right? I don't need to consent. I don't need to agree.
It's just by eating food.
I just close my eyes. I'm sleeping innocently, and that's it. I appear. Now the way I know myself, where I like to argue. So you mean I will get there? I will not even argue with the masters. I will not argue. I will not ask them what's going on here. I will just answer, "Ooh, I ate your food." Ooh. I feel like people need to wake up, because that to me doesn't make sense. These were some of the first things that made me sort of had an eye opener. It didn't make any sense at all. Let's go back in time, because back in church, back in school, I was told the same thing.
I don't think there was no child that I didn't say this to.
All right. Don't collect sweet from anybody. Anybody give you chewing gum. Don't collect.
It's the chewing gum for me.
Don't collect biscuits. They will initiate you. And now that I think about it, it makes no sense that you tell me that I will sit down. You will not give me biscuits that you have looked at and do pium.
Too much.
I will collect this biscuit. I will put it in my mouth. And that means that in the night, you will not do biscuits. I will not arise and start flying with you. When I was eating that biscuit because I wanted to eat,
filled you up so you could fly properly.
You understand? My reason for eating the biscuit is to satisfy myself.
Yeah.
It's not to sign up for your Ojuju.
Calabar.
But now, it's midnight and oh, I'm over there. If I reach there, I will ask, sorry, what's going on? And you tell me, oh, it's because you ate biscuits.
Yeah.
And I will tell you it's not good. I don't like it. But it seems like nobody ever does this. Everybody who goes there, you just follow them, start serving their master in Apoara. Are you all right?
You know, why no?
It makes no sense. So I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You know, it's crazy to me.
Well, personally, I just feel like we shouldn't just believe everything that concerns dreams. Some dreams are, number one, the last thing you were thinking about, or the thing that you've been worrying about too much. Maybe you've been worrying about that guy too much, and you now saw him in your dream and I can't wipe. You can say, hey, this guy's a witch. Oh, he's a spiritual kid. That lie. You're just worrying about that guy too much. And in real life, you now will see wipe. Whether you like it or not.
It's good that one thing that you've talked about that I seem to be interested in is the fact that when you started this, you said that, you know, you wiped in the dream, right?
Oh my God. You really want to capitalize on that now?
And according to you, it's okay to wipe in a dream. Personally,
well, actually, it is.
You know, that's, I'm going to be honest, right? I agree with that.
Because you've wiped in your dream before. My God. I'm being wrong.
I don't know, but it was good enough. It was good enough. So, you've heard it, wipe in a dream. If you get a chance to eat in a dream, eat in a dream.
Because, hey, things in Nigeria are now expensive. If you can eat in your dream, you will look fresh in real life. Don't play.
Eat in the dream, it's okay. Have sex in the dream, it's okay. Fly in the dream, it's okay.
It means you fly in real life. You know?
It doesn't mean you're joining
first class.
Fly. And with that, we close the curtains. Tonight, we might have dinner in the dream.
Yeah. I've been craving fisherman soup for a while and I've been thinking about it too much. I feel much about dreams. I don't say about real life, I say about dream.
I just need burger in the dream. Anybody who is serving food in the dream, please.
Please specify the burger, make you chop and well.
What do you mean?
Is it jazzy burger or which other burger do you want?
I mean,
it's very juicy
burger,
though.
Yeah,
it's very juicy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're hungry, man.
All right, it's a wrap.